it finally happens. You're in a dream and suddenly realize that you're dreaming. You're lucid. I like to describe it as turning on a switch. It's like the whole world becomes illuminated by bright light and vivid colors in a way that can't really be compared to either waking life or regular dreams. And to me, this is the most tangible experience of reality possible. But this is also why many beginners wake up as soon as they get lucid, because the experience becomes too overwhelming. Then it can feel like the whole dream starts collapsing and everything begins to fall apart. And to understand why this happens and how to avoid it, we can look at what science says about both REM sleep and lucid dreaming. Your emotions are already amplified during dreaming, so your ability to remain asleep partly depends on how well you manage those emotions. Because there's the risk that you become too overwhelmed and wake yourself up. But the flip side of this is that you also need to stay mentally engaged. Otherwise you risk losing your awareness and lucidity, and then the dream simply becomes a normal dream again. So lucid dreaming becomes a balancing act between keeping calm but staying engaged. You need to learn how to stabilize both the dream itself and your awareness inside it. I know this might sound complicated, but the good news is that there are some very simple, concrete ways to do that. So the key is to remain calm while staying aware and engaged at the same time. And this is why mindfulness helps so much with lucid dreaming. Because what is mindfulness? Well, it's essentially practicing to remain calm while being present and aware. So exactly the skill you need inside a lucid dream. One thing that helps a lot is continuing to do reality checks after you become lucid. Most people become lucid after performing a reality check inside the dream. And if you continue to do reality checks after becoming lucid, you reinforce both the dream and your awareness that you're dreaming. So whenever I'm lucid, I usually pinch my nose and try to breathe every 20 seconds or so. Not like obsessively, but just enough to remind myself that I'm dreaming. It also helps to remind yourself out loud. So say, this is a dream. I'm lucid right now. Stay calm. And saying it out loud actually seems to make the lucidity stronger. Another important thing is movement. Many lucid dreamers notice that if they stare at something for too long, the dream starts to collapse. But movement tends to stabilize the dream. So move your body, move your eyes, look around, touch things, feel the texture of things, really explore the environment. Many of these stabilization techniques probably work because they strengthen internally generated sensory experiences in the brain. So movement, touch, vision, sensation. Instead of your focus shifting to sensory input from your physical body lying in bed. This is also why rubbing your hands together, that works very well to stabilize the dream. Another famous technique is spinning around as soon as you notice that the dream starts collapsing. I often just turn around once while reminding myself that I'm lucid. And as you turn around, then a new dream scene starts forming around you. And these techniques work because they keep the dream alive by constantly creating new sensory experiences. And they keep you interacting with the dream world, which helps you stay lucid. Some people use doors for the same purpose. So you can open a door and enter a completely different dream scene. But when the dream scene changes, remember that it's easy to lose lucidity if you don't pay attention and forget that you're dreaming. The important thing isn't the exact techniques. The important thing is that you can keep the dream alive and you can strengthen your lucidity. And these stabilization techniques help you with just that. One final tip. Always do a reality check as soon as you wake up. Because false awakenings are very common in lucid dreams. That is, you think you woke up, but you're actually still dreaming, and you forgot that you're lucid. If you can make a habit of doing a reality check every time you wake up, you can extend your lucid dream again and again in the same night. And over time, you stop panicking when you become lucid. You stop becoming overwhelmed by the experience. And instead, you learn to remain there inside the dream. And you reach those higher levels of lucidity.